Hello and welcome back. It's time for the winners bracket final. It's going to be Xenex versus Exertus. Exertus playing incredible and smashed the Lightning Pandas into the floor. It's can they do the same against Xenex?
Into the floor that badly?
I think that was very one-sided.
Oh yeah, no, Exertus played fantastically well.
Yeah.
I think they came in there and just absolutely played everything they could right. I mean, they did it all fantastically well.
For everything the Exertus were right, the Lightning Pandas were wrong. It was
I think it was a combination of Exertus playing well and Lightning Pandas playing badly. It was like Germany versus Brazil. Germany played well, Brazil didn't play well. It's just the way that it goes, except Germany actually got a point on the board.
Well, we're going to see this next match very soon. How do you think this next one is going to go? I generally think Exertus are, they just look on fire. And after a win like that, how can they not be, very confident going into this next game?
Well, you've got to feel for Xenex because they've got to go up against
Xenex just had to watch that and just probably sit back going, well, this is going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think, Exertus coming into this now fantastically well played in the first map, and in the first game, sorry, and now Xenex are just going to be looking at that thinking, right, how do we combat that? We look at that now. They're very aggressive. Do we sit back, pick them off, then go for it? Or do we just, as I said, fight fire with fire? I mean, there is the team.
They don't even look worried.
They're just sitting there
casual.
Just like, next game.
Well, this is right. Anything can happen.
I think now though you can't really favour anybody else.
No, you can't. Not after that one. Guys, by the way, hashtag G3, tell us what you think. We've already been reading the Twitter feed in between games. Exertus are looking like the very clear favourites now.
Yeah.
There's not really the other way to put it. I'll be very interested to see how the Xenex game goes, if I'm perfectly honest there. Some big plays in that last game. Obviously, Reedy in that lovely little spot on top of the...
It'll be a real teller how the next game is going to go, how well Exertus do against Xenex. I think Xenex against LPs, obviously, probably what's going to be coming up next. So LP need to look at that, see how well... I mean, we've seen tweets from crowds there during the break that we just had saying they played very badly. LP can't step it up. LP still can win this.
I don't know whether it's... I know LP have been practicing, but it felt like they were... I mean, really, even there you saw at points, they rushed... So they go back to the first map. They rushed on a B-dom with no cover. They just kind of hoped at one point. I think it was Fikra just launched himself at it.
It's
not
everybody
looked at him going, there's no way you're getting that.
Yeah, I know, because the top and bottom with LP, they work very well objectively as a team.
You've got to give up to Exertus, really. I mean, Rated, Reedy, just unbelievable plays from every single, even Rob's, every single member of that team, even Endura. They just played. They had all these moments. They just went off. Reedy 1v3 and
just outslayed them. I think
they just Rated with the 1v2. I mean, they're just unbelievable big plays coming out from them. And like I said, I genuinely believe it. For everything Exertus did right, Lightning Pandas just had a mistake or were not in the right position, and that made it look so one-sided.
I think Lightning Pandas, I said, they need to sit back, watch this game, see what they can do in the next one. If they can get a good win against whoever loses this one, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, if Exertus were to lose this, then where does that put them? But we expect Xenex to go and lose this. They need to then go on, get a good solid game in, prepare themselves for the grand final, and just see how they can do. I mean, it's not looking great for anybody apart from Exertus playing very, very well. But
this is a very curious question, actually. Somebody asked me, he's like, so we've got Infusion come through the online qualifier. It now is a possibility of these three teams. I've always wondered what the teams that are currently going to G3 think. And probably the easiest people to ask for that is actually the UK teams. You've got TCM and Epsilon. They're going to be, and they must be looking and watching this qualifier thinking, these guys are good. Can they take us? Are they going to be more of a threat than we thought they were going to be?
At the same time, you got to say to them, right, okay, they can turn around and say, right, okay, we play LP on a daily, bi-daily, weekly basis. How well are Exertus doing against them? How well do we do against them? Is this just LP playing bad? Is it Exertus playing well? It could be a multitude of things.
That's the difference. The UK teams know these players. The Americans, if we've got any Americans tuning in, the American players, they don't. For some of them, it's probably the first time they've even heard of some of these players.
And I think now with how well TCM did at MLG, Epsilon didn't have the best of tournaments, but at the same time, they will admit they just didn't have a good tournament. But coming into G3, the Americans are going to be a bit more wary, I feel.
I feel like that they will be. I mean, there's a few tops. I mean, EG, I know for a fact, have never taken a European team lightly. They've always kind of in Black Ops 2. They always said Epsilon was the team they were most worried about playing, and it's just kind of the playstyles. But I think it's going to be one of those cases where yes, the great achievement of TCM Anaheim will go, okay, hold on a minute here. It's not going to be that much of a walkover. We have to be a little bit more careful in our preparation. And I know for a fact that some teams before haven't taken European teams as serious as they would have done.
And now is the time to start doing that. Over the past 2 seasons, Black Ops 2, we've seen it starting to come in here. Over Ghosts, we haven't seen it so much.
Yeah.
Up until last month, where obviously TCM really did come in there as we're starting to go towards the end of the season. I mean, we've only got a few months left now until Advanced Warfare does come out. I think now the Americans are... I think we just, as a scene, we struggle to keep up at the beginning, but then we get into our stride a little bit, and as it gets towards the end of the season, I mean, you've seen G2 last year. Epsilon all the way, they were 1 map away from winning G2 against their current EG. Well, slightly edited
both teams
squad.
are very strong. Epsilon are very strong. TCM are very strong. You've got, like I said, you've got all the big hitters from across the world, guys. If you don't know the list, it's both Optics, both Gaming and Nation. You've got Envious, TK, EG, Curse, and FaZe. And I think
I'm glad you remembered that, by the way.
I'm fairly certain I've got every single team there. So there's a long list. There's 12 teams coming, of which the final slot will be decided today. But this is another point you've got to really go across here. Gfinity events have always been 1 European and 1 American in the final. Which will we have that happen 3 times in a row?
I hope so.
First TCM, then we had Epsilon do it. Is it time for another one? I don't know.
I think Optics rise in this game. Obviously, Optic will always be in there, but they dropped off a little bit. Black Ops. Well, I say a little bit. They dropped off quite a lot in Black Ops 2. They've really come back into this now. I think it's always been about AG, old complexity squad, and then a solid European team as well. But now the Americans have stepped up a little bit, but the Europeans have stepped up a little bit. The competition's just as good, if not better, than
there are 2 interesting things. First of all, today is the G1 anniversary. This time last year, we were in the Millbank Tower.
Dead high.
High above the streets of London. And the second thing is, if it is another EG Optic final, which I think a lot of people would probably put good money on, you're going to have EG who want to win it for the 3rd time in a row, but then you actually have Clayster who has the same thing.
Yeah, that is true. Clayster could do that. I mean, obviously we've seen Optic's performance at X Games, fantastically well done to them. Coming into G3 now after the back of that 2nd place at MLG, they'll want to say, right, okay, yeah, we didn't perform as well as we did at X Games.
I just really want to see it. I genuinely really want to see those 2 teams go.
It's the match that everyone is waiting for, and what I do think will be the grand final. I think that on the main stage,
depends on the bracket.
Well, that does depend on the bracket, but it would. What you would expect is going to be the grand final.
Yeah, I think most people. Yeah, most people would agree with that. Yes,
potentially 5,000 spectators.
Well, guys, if you have your thought, hashtag G3, tell us, what do you think will actually happen at G3? Will it be a rise of the European teams once again, or will the Americans have this locked down tight? I'd love to actually kind of find out. There's a lot of people kind of looking at this going, oh, you know what, it's time for the Europeans. Home ground, that sort of home advantage is played. Nobody really knows why it's a home advantage, but it's shown before.
Well, saying that, though, the home advantage, last time around, I swear that a lot of people were still, well, people from the UK were still chanting for the current EG complexity team. Obviously, the American scene would have been bigger than ours.
Yeah,
it has a bit more of a following. I mean, I know guys I've played Call of Duty with for years, and they're big fans of Optic. They'd prefer Optic to come in and do that. And it doesn't work in the same sort of way as like a big sport like rugby, football. A lot of people do support teams from all over the globe rather than, well, because you don't have a local team, so to speak. You have your national teams, not anybody necessarily local. So people tend to move away from their area. So there's not really any home ground. Obviously, it's a bit different over in the UK, in America. America, everyone wants Americans to win. In the UK, most people want the UK teams to win, but there's still the Americans there who, the UK guys who want the Americans to win as well. So over here, we don't have as much of a crowd favorite as they do over in America.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I just blubbered a little bit.
Yeah, that was long.
That was long.
I kind of agree with what you're saying here. I mean, it's interesting for me. The main interest for me is the fact that the European scene now has kind of just evolved into this 2-team. That's it. It's TCM and Epsilon, and that's all you expect to see. For me, I really want to see a 3rd team come through.
It would be nice
I really
to
want to
see.
see at least a third team come through, and we change. I mean, it looked like it was going to be Rain for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Rain looked like they were
very
right
good,
up there, and then they broke up.
which I don't understand.
Nobody understands it, but there was clearly something not right in that team, and they decided to go their separate ways. We've just been told, lovely tweet coming up on stream there. Thank you, Gfinity, G3 Studio Qualifier, for ruining my sleep schedule. We're sorry about that, my friend. Also, I have just been told that the G1 anniversary will actually mean that we are going to be doing a prize giveaway. So more prize. There's a lot of prize giveaways coming out from us at the moment. We've got ones for G3, we've got ones for the website, we've now got one for the G1 anniversary. So you've got a lot of chances to win there, and like I said, we are giving an awful lot away. I'm sure we're going to have more coming up on the road to G3.
Yeah, and well, just keep an eye out for that, guys. Obviously, I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, back to today, as we said, I mean, you've got to say Exertus now. I mean, we've been talking about it for about 20 minutes saying the same thing. I mean,
I think this will be
you
a lot
can't look
closer
past
game.
it. It's hard to. I mean, that tweet really just does string off Lightning Panda's hashtag struggle. Because
Yes,
it was. I mean, they just didn't turn up. I would like to see them turn up though and give us a good game. At
Yeah,
some
me
point,
too. I
I
mean,
think.
that's what we were kind of hoping from this studio qualifier. We knew some people don't like playing online, but like, you know what? We loved the studio qualifier last time. There was great tension. There was great stories coming out of it.
Studio as well. I like it. The new one.
Yes,
It's
the new
good.
one. I like the new one. It looks pretty good.
It's more roomy.
It is a little bit more
A
roomy.
lot
There you go.
A lot of natural
You see
light.
see the teams there. I think there's just a few warm-ups left to go on. So we're actually going to cut to a very quick commercial break, and then after this break, which shouldn't be more than a couple of minutes, we should have the teams getting into the lobby. So join us then, and don't go anywhere.
You are the esports generation. It's been built by us, but it's for you.
As the sun steps down and escapes the day, we'll calmly walk away from the fray. When structure falls and all else fails, we will build
Hello and welcome back, guys. We've been checking your tweets coming in. It does seem like a lot of people are favouring Exertus to take this entire thing.
Well, you would think it coming into this game now. I mean, Lightning Pandas got swept aside, and
That's a very good point, actually, Ton. If you were the Lightning Pandas now, you know how badly you got beaten.
yeah,
You seen just how close that game is. They've got to be thinking, whoever loses this is going to come into the losers bracket. And if it's Exertus, well, we know that they just had us completely. If it's Xenex, we know they're kind of on the same level as Exertus.
but that's not the way CoD works.
No, it's not. It really is not. So it could still, you're right, it could still go either way. It's not going to be the first time we've heard of someone, mounting an incredible comeback.
Yeah.
The one that really kind of sticks in the mind for me is Aware versus Complexity at ESWC. You cast that with me.
Oh God,
Well, they
yeah.
got 4 points. I think it was 4 or 6 points on the domination.
It
They
was
took it all the way at 5.
Yeah, it did. It was something ridiculous like that. We were just sitting there, just like, well,
Hard points on the game, or hard point.
and then they brought her back. But
Yeah.
it can happen. That's what CoD's like. It's very unpredictable, which
Yeah.
is why it's good to watch, because it can go either way. We do actually have Exertus in the game. Now I'm going to get Xenex in, but Bounce has actually left the game, so I think he's got time to come back in. If he is going to come back in.
We'll just
But
see. We'll just leave this
we'll
go
see.
for the last 15 seconds. George has left the game as
No,
well.
yeah, so we're
I
going
think
to have to end this
unfortunately
one.
we're
But
going to have to
keep your
end.
tweets coming in. Hashtag G3. Hashtag Gfinity. Either one,
Yes.
if you want to tweet us.
We will be
Let
reading.
us know. Yeah, we will be having a look in between the breaks all the time. This is what I'm constantly doing. I'm just sitting on my phone like this. But at the same time, tweet us directly as well. I'll get my Twitter right if I'm going to actually try and plug myself in there a little bit. @_turn @BryceTacular. You can tweet us about how much makeup we're not wearing. And
That's
I'd
interesting.
like to just add, okay, no makeup.
He looks horrible
No,
from up close. It's just a good camera. But yes, okay, let's talk a little bit more about G3. Guys, I know I keep going on about this, but the tickets at gfinity.net. Also, gfinity.net, if you want to sign up, you can play in the leagues and ladders and cups on that website.
You can talk on the forums as well. I'm saying
Yes, you can.
I made one of the first posts on that forum. Did you know?
Yes, you most certainly did. As we're swiftly moving on, we're going to try and get this game undergoing once again. How do you think this S&D is going to go?
But you've got to look at Exertus. I mean, a very strong performance in the previous round. They know their spots, obviously, from what we've seen. I mean, with the LMG, from how it was rated, as you believe, who came in with that. You can't look past them now. You can't.
No, you really can't.
I mean, we did see Xenex put up a better fight than LP did, but realistically, Exertus looked pretty comfortable until that last minute or so, a bit twitchy, but they just sat back. I think if they had pushed out, they probably would have made it look a little bit easier, but they didn't want to really overexert themselves. They don't-
It's kind of that. It's that mentality that occasionally happens in
that,
Call
by
of
the
Duty.
way, overexert themselves.
You're really bad. at
No,
the
I
moment.
was making one up before as well. Zen exiting the tournament if they lose to LP after they lose to Exertus.
You're
Zen
literally
exiting.
forbidden from using that.
That's me not doing it in the games at G3.
But you know what? That's actually completely thrown the point I had completely out the
Go on,
window.
what was it?
I have no idea. I have no idea anymore. It's gone. You've
It's not
actually
like- it's
ruined
not like
my
a-
train of thought.
It isn't like us to go off topic.
It really isn't actually, in fact.
No,
This is unbelievable.
we've
Okay,
moved
who
away
do you
from
want to
that.
watch then on this attack here? We're currently watching. It's going to be Exertus first on the attack. Who do you kind of want to watch?
I've seen a lot of good plays from Rated. I've seen a lot of good plays from Robs. I've seen a lot of good plays from all of them, actually. Endura's just sort of pitching in there with a couple of good kills as well. It doesn't look like we're going to get started with this one
It
anyway.
does not. It does look like I've just been told
Controller problem.
coming through our producer that there is a controller problem. Somebody here has had a controller go wrong.
Yeah, well, that's always an issue if that does happen. But at the same time, you know, with anything electrical, these things can happen. I mean,
It certainly can.
I mean,
Especially if you're Marky B and put sand in them. Do you hear about
right? I seen on Twitter. I seen something, but
that? So when he was here casting with me a few weeks back, he kind of explained what happened. He went through 3 controllers when he was at Anaheim. Basically, he went to the beach before the tournament.
why did he take his control?
That's what he said. I said, why did you take it? He said, I didn't take my controllers. But what had happened is I got sand in my bag, didn't realise, and I put the first controller in there, broke it with the sand. Didn't realise, so I put the second controller in there. It's only then I actually realised that I'd had sand everywhere and it was ruining my controllers.
What a diver.
He had to borrow from Envy.
Didn't they beat Envy with that controller as well?
No, they didn't play Envy in the end.
Oh no, they didn't, did they? What?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Oh no, yeah, because Envy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I imagine they would have taken that controller back if they had.
No, that would have been a bit of a double-edged sword there for them. But anyway, we're hoping to get this game started, and are we having this issue?
I'm not sure if the controller issue is still a problem. We're just waiting on production to kind of tell us. You can see there the teams. They're looking very comfortable. They are ready. Just going to read some of the tweets actually that are coming in. We have well, just been given a thumbs up. I imagine that is the go symbol. Oh, he's looking at Xenex Bounce looking dominant. Bounce did have a really good game.
He did have a very good game. The rest of his team had stepped up his level, then they would have won the map, no doubt about it. But unfortunately for Bounce, the rest of his team could not just come in there and make the kills that he was doing. But he was doing very, very well slaying in that central map, just holding it down fantastically well, making the clutch kills when you needed to. S&D, completely different animal.
It is a completely different animal, and this is where you really see your S&D specialists come into play here. Every team has one, I'm sure. I'm convinced every single team has an S&D specialist.
I used to like to think I was an S&D specialist.
Yeah, I'm sure your teammates would definitely agree with you there, Ton.
I would say they would. I was alright at S&D. Gfinity, like when we've played... Oh, no, we actually haven't played a best out of 3.
No, we haven't. We've never played S&D.
We need to play against the Americans. Is that happening in G3?
I don't actually know if we're doing a caster game yet. It depends on whether or not we have time on the Sunday to do one. A few people like it. I think it's more the casters kind of enjoy the caster match than anybody else.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of, it's always just sort of a UK versus US thing more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's going to be on our team? Can Benson not be on our team this time? He let us down last time. If you're watching, you know what happened. But yeah, irrelevant of that now. We're going to actually get in this game.
It looks like we do have the players actually managing to get in there. I know we have a leaving once again, unfortunately. We're actually going to leave this game. We're going to go to a very quick break while we get this controller issue sorted out for you guys. We should be back just after this. Hello and welcome back. We've managed to get this game underway for you, so we're going to jump straight on board with the attacking team as Exertus and Radiant is the point of view. Let's see how he does this as Endura picks up first blood.
Big push on it.
That was aggressive.
Fantastic. You know, this is what I like to see. I'm enjoying watching Exertus because their style of play is nice to watch. It's not so much sort of, oh wow, Joe coming in there with the 2Bs. Never. It's not so much sitting back, see what happens. They are right, okay, we're just going to rush you and see what happens anyway. They do fantastically well at the moment. Looking pretty good for this first round.
Oh,
big kill
Endura.
coming in for Endura there. That's now
can he get the ace? One left. It's going to be to his right. Looking at stairs. Oh, he's going to get taken down. It's now Reedy versus Jord. And Reedy basically just has to hold on.
Yeah.
Is he going for a quick defuse? No. Jord's looking for the kill. Oh! He saw him. Now he just has to run. Reedy.
Nah, it's got no time now.
Now he can check.
Yeah,
he's
Reedy.
going to go around this corner. Check it now. Doesn't matter. Can't defuse that one. Jord actually gets all 4 kills, but it comes to naught as they will lose the round anyway.
Yeah, Jord going to pick up the kill there. And you know what?
He knew he couldn't defuse. He was like,
yeah, he knew. I mean, he had time.
He knew that he was going to get challenged.
Yeah, he would have just gotten taken out. So he just dropped up, took out the kill, and that may help them get the defensive round at the end if it does go that far. So.
Oh, Endura and Jord looking to actually compete here for the top score. Jord currently 4-0, so this is the only man we can realistically watch. Let's see as he pushes forward with his team here. They're going for an A push themselves.
Well, here we go. Grenades. Xera are going to go over. Jord, potentially a poor man's Jord. I'm over with him at the moment.
You can't say that.
But am I wrong? Nah, he's playing quite well. 4-0 from him at the moment. Can he get this bomb down? Another, once again, very aggressive push from a team here. Xenex gonna get this bomb down. Can they hold it better? And Exertus did. Left at the last minute, but Jord playing very, very well at the moment. 5-0, not gonna make it 6-0. Robs does take him down 3 versus 3. On board with Hadzi.
Once again, this is a defending situation. Oh, Robs takes him down. Stun. Now, looks like he's got a little bit of a flank on, but he's going to come against somebody here. Does get taken down. It's Bounce now in the 1 versus 3.
Clutch grenade.
Nade going in. He gets taken down by Endura as well. As Endura he's now on 5-on-1. Same as Jord. Like I said, I think they're competing.
Yeah, maybe it's just we'll throw them two in together and see what happens. I mean, Jord playing very, very well. Bounce needs to bring his game that he did have in the first one. Exertus though, 2-0 up, looking good for them.
As it is now, we're back on board attacking at the Exertus, and we've got to really watch Endura. Anybody who's doing this well so far will probably have an incredible game for the rest of it. Let's see Endura pushing forward. Looks like he might go Snake and go for a very aggressive push once again.
It's not like this team is aggressive, is it?
So he knows somebody's there now. He's going to get tagged up by that as well. Decides, nope, I've had just about enough of that. And just trying to hold off a little bit here. Rob's jumping through. He's trying to get a kill. He managed to get it as well. First blood to Exertus in this push. He's going to see a second one as well. Hipfire coming out, trying to get it at the same time. He does get taken down, but he is going to get cleaned up. It's now Hadzi left all alone in a 1 versus 3. Oh, and he's going to see the bomb. He's going to get it down. Oh, down he goes. Endura picking up that kill. Endura now 7-1.
Endura coming in here with a very good performance. 3-0 now to Exertus, looking very, very strong. They're going to label themselves as the favourite to get qualified for G3 at the moment. Now 3-0 up in the SD and 1-0 up in the series. They are 2 maps away from getting themselves into the grand final. Well, they still need to win those 2 maps, of course. At the moment, though, looking very good for them.
It certainly is. Now on board with Jord. Let's see what we can do. They've decided to switch up. They've gone for B as well. Jord now, it looks like he's going to be the man with the bomb, trying to put it down. His teammates stacking around. This is the familiar play we see time and time again on Sovereign. They're just trying to find in here. He knows he doesn't really want to go for it. We go on the board with Endura. He's actually on the bottom there, so he's not going to have any issues. Raided. Nade's going to come in. It looks like that bomb is going to go down from Jord. He's been tagged up. He might go down for it. He gets this. No, he gets it. Can he get away clean? He has. They do not have the numbers advantage, though. But it's going to be up to them to defend it. He's going to see one there on the tank. Reedy comes and gets him. Hansley and Sunstar have to defend it against 4 players. They're going to do this very, very well. It's now only Rated left. They've turned this completely around. Rated in the 1 versus 2. Can he clutch this?
Turn that around very, very quickly. He's going to get the right position. Rated picks up 1.
He's going to go straight for it. He's going to go straight for it. This could Sunstar completely unaware.
He's going to do it.
I think he is going to do it. He's going to get it as well. And no! Oh my goodness!
So close there from Rated. He did the right thing. He did the right thing by going for it. Sunstar very, very close here. Oh.
Decided, you know what? I haven't seen him. Where is he? And I have managed to get that one there. That was unbelievably close. I didn't manage to get back on him before. I want to see what the timer was. I thought he had it in the bag, but clearly not.
Great play by Sunstar. Just check it just in time though. 3-1 now. A possible route back into the game for Xenex here. Can Endura and Co extend their lead? Bounce is currently 0-4. Not having a great game after the back of that first good game that he did have, and this is another very aggressive push from Exertus.
Now let's see Endura. His teammate gets taken down. Rated. They've gone for that B push once again. Robs is going to get taken down at the same time. That means Bomb will also be down. Endura now looking to try and get some picks back. It's a 2 versus 3. Player is actually underneath him right now. So 1 versus 3 now as his teammate goes down. He's going to see one here by Snake. Does manage to get it. Endura currently 8-2. Can he pull off this clutch though? He does not have the bomb. And he has 45 seconds to do it now.
The issue is that they know when the bomb is. So, I mean, they pretty much know where to watch at the moment. And he would have been spotted.
Oh, I think he has been spotted. And that's dangerous because now they're both going to team up. Try to go for the pinch. It looks like who's that going across? Just find out who that is. It's going to be Bounce. Looking for that bomb. Has gone down. Endura gives himself a little bit of breathing room, but surely that's going to be called out. Can he manage to dip away? Still, this will be a 1v3 if he pulls it off.
Well, they just need to work as a team. Is he going to miss anybody?
Oh, he gets one. Can he get the next one as well? He gets around the corner. Oh, Endura won the 1 versus 3. Great play by him. Now 10-2. Patience holding off. And there we go. Managed to pick that one up. Continues firing around the corner. Takes down Sunstar. He is having the game of his life.
Endura coming in there, 10-2 from him. Got the team very much on his back at the moment, but fantastic play. Just needed to be some more. I think they could have waited a little bit longer for the pick. I think they could have maybe had a little bit more of a look around to try and get something off before they went for the defuse, but unfortunately did not pay off for them. On board with Jordan out. The pick here, and Jordan going to continue the trend of him picking up all the kills. 11-2 from him at the moment. Rated does go down to Sunstar.
He certainly does now. Hadzi trying to get a little bit back into this game. They're going to be so devastated by that 1v3. It's going to play on their mind. Hadzi looks like they're going for the rotate though. He's coming around to help his teammates out. They're going to make a push onto A. They have no real control. There we go. Sunstar managed to get that kill. He's taken down Reedy. They now have the numerical advantage, but they've got to put that bomb down. It's going to be Endura coming through the middle.
Endura now.
Well, he's going to see him. He has. That bomb has gone down though. He's got his teammate with him. They're clearing house. Rob's going all the way back to make sure nobody is there. Endura, is he going to go for it? Is he going to push forward?
You know,
I think he's going to go for it. He is actually going to go for it. His teammate picks up a kill as well. Rob's is going to be there. I think Endura's got it.
The bomb.
No, he doesn't. Endura has it anyway. It doesn't really matter. Bomb defused. Justin injured it as well. Endura can do no wrong in this game of S&D.
12-2 from him. 7 streak in S&D at the moment. Hadzi, I mean,
look at the other end of the scale here.
Yeah,
Bounce, who had such a great domination game.
One of the players from Exertus go Bounce. Ha ha ha. I mean, 0-6 at the moment. He needs to step up his game. He could be dropping a donut if Exertus can walk away with this potentially final attacking round.
Endura with the snake push once again.
Yeah, you can't spectate anybody else at the moment.
But no, he's getting all the kills. Let's see if he can continue this form. And I think he's just spotted somebody. Is he confident enough to challenge? He's peeking again. He's going to go for it.
A lot of bullets down here. He has the
back
advantage.
off again. But his kill's gone down. Bounce actually getting off his donut. He just stunned himself. Endura, a little bit maybe of a panic. However, now Rated pushing forward. Actually have somebody on the flank. It's going to be Reedy. He's going to see a player there. Picks up one. Looking for another one around this corner. I think he knows. Throws it out. Endura and Reedy versus Hadzi and Sunstar. And they're both teams are really buddying up. They're covering each other's back.
They're on the wrong side.
Yeah, they are. They've completely switched sides to this map. Here you go, Endura. They're now going to have the bomb. He's going to go for the plant. Reedy on Overwatch. Very, very
good position.
If they can get this and get away clean. There's going to be one on the corner there. It doesn't matter. He takes it down. It's now with Sunstar for the 1 versus 2 for any hope of coming back into this match. He goes up top. He's looking for his players. They're both stacking actually around the bomb site. They're in corners here. This is going to be difficult. Sunstar will have to pull off an unbelievable play to do this. Is he going to see him in the corner? No. Oh, he's going to see one in the corner. No. Down he goes. Endura with the last kill of the game.
18-2 from Endura there. I mean, it's just really all about him, that map.
Yeah, 13-2 is an incredible score.
6-1, 30. I mean, they've dropped one S&D round.
Yeah, in 2 games. 6-0 Lightning Pandas, 6-1 against Xenex.
Wow.
And just great play from them. I mean, the domination was a lot closer, but it turns out Exertus weren't just playing against a bad LP. They were just playing unbelievable, and they've continued that going forward. Coming up next will be the Blitz. Join us after the break. Remember, hashtag G3. Tell us what you think of the game so far. See you then. Hello and welcome back. It's time for the Blitz, and it's going to be on Freight versus these two teams. How do you think this one's going to go, Tony?
Well, can you see it going any other way than what we think?
You know what, actually, I don't think it's going to be one-sided at all. I think this is going to be very, very close.
I wouldn't say it will be
And
one-sided.
I would be hesitant to actually call it in favour of Exertus, other than the fact that their previous games have been fantastic. I'm fairly certain this is going to be a lot closer to the point where even Xenex could really take it.
Nah. I just think that Exertus look really, really good at the moment. I don't think that anyone's going to really cause them too many problems. I mean, with Endura coming in with that performance, it's really just going to put Xenex back again. I think they had a pretty decent game in the domination. Thought, I will go in the S&D, you know, we'll maybe do okay. Then come in the S&D and Endura does that to them. Yeah, I can't see Xenex coming back into this one.
Yeah, yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from on that, but oh, look at this. Exact same class all the way through, and it looks like we're going to see Vectors
now, yeah.
4 times Vector. This is exactly how this game's going to go. Current meta at the moment.
Well, as we get into this game now, let's see what Reedy's going to do. Straight from the off here, they had a very good start on this map, not necessarily this game mode last time around, and they have done exactly the same. Endura and Rob's picking up a kill. Each Sun stepping into a 2-piece though. Just going to push off a little bit of pressure that Exertus had put onto them there. Endura picking up where he left off though. 2 kills to his name as well.
Here you go, they're eventually going to go down. On board with Rated at the moment. He's just holding fast here. Going to pick up that kill by Green. Now going to try and move forward with his teammates. Don't think you saw that post up top. He's going to open the door. So it's not to fakey it. It's going to go straight for it, and he is in. First blood there to Exertus.
Yeah, very, very well played. Just tactically ran underneath all of them, and played it very, very well. 1-0 from him. Capture to his name. Does get taken down by Bounce, so he'll be wanting to have a better game than he did have in the last map. So run off what he did in the last run and gun game mode as it does go to 2-0. Bounce having a good game in the domination. Capture does go down to Hadzi though from Xenex. It's currently 2-1 with a minute gone.
Well, Rob's desperately needs that portal to reset. Managed to get in it and get home safe. He was being heavily tagged up. I think he knew he was going to lose the next gunfight. Just kind of backed away while hammering fire down range. And it does seem like Exertus are starting off as strong as they finished last time. Another kill coming in. Rob's trying to make that second one. So his teammate really picked that one up. And they certainly are looking to just put this one to bed.
Joe coming in there with a knife kill onto Rob's, but Raiden trying to push in here now. Yeah, I've got the pressure on them. And this map is not so much of a random one as I say when we were watching Warhawk before. You know, I think this one's more of a you do need to be about your wits about you. I think it's you can control it a bit more than that map being so big that, you know, people can run in there. And Exertus are really showing that now. 6-1, they've had the control, really picking up a nice kill on the bouncer. They've had the control that's warranted them to take this lead. 2 minutes gone, and they have a 5-point lead. Playing very, very well today, and you can't look past them to advance on and get that spot at G3.
So now Endura just posting up here. I mean, this is a great lead from them. And you know what? This is what we were talking about ages ago, Tom, what you just kind of hit on there. I mean, G3, this is the qualifier for it, but that's where you make your name. If you do well at G3, then internationally your name will then be known. That's how it works.
Well, yeah, I think, you know, it's a big stage. Can these guys go and do anything for it? I mean, realistic, I can't see them. I can't see Exertus going on to win the tournament.
No, I think that might be a stretch too far. You are right, but you never know. I mean, these guys could be just waiting to prove themselves. They could just kind of click at the tournament, and that's, like I said, that's what they're hoping. They really know that a great showing at G3 is the way to cement yourself at the top.
Well, you know what? Even if they went in there and had a good game against one of the American teams, it really does put their name in there, doesn't it? I mean,
well, you take TCM actually at G1. Before G1, they weren't. Yeah. Nobody thought they would get as far as they did.
Oh God!
And
no.
after G1, it was like, wow, TCM. They kind of really cemented back their position at the top. Well, so that team was really underrated going in.
It could happen with Exertus. You know, this team have it. I think from the performances we've seen today, they have it in their locker to cause problems for people. I think, you know, as we said, we don't think they're going to finish in the money, but at the same time, I think, you know, as I said, they will cause problems. Let's go on board with Xenex now. We're on board with Sunstep. What can they do to bring this back? 11-4 now. It's getting increasingly hard for them to come back in this one.
Flicking between them now. Hadzi now moving on board with him. He goes down as well. Now on board with Jordan. He's trying to make some pushes forward, and it does seem like somebody's going to come around and flag him. He gets taken down as well. It looks like they might be caught in a little bit of a trap here. Hadji trying to make a kill, but he gets taken down as well. Now, Sunster. Oh, he's trying to make a pick. He's really trying to just clean a little bit of room for his teammates. He managed to pick one off there. Still moving forward, but look at the amount of points just jumping in over and over again. And they're just trying to desperately stop this bleed here. It's 13-5.
Looking very, very good now. For Exertus, we're going to stay on board with Xenex, though. Can he get back into this one?
Oh, bounce. That was a little bit wobbly. Jord, though, looks like he might be able to get a point here, but he's given his position away by going for the pre-fire. It's now 15-5 as another one goes down.
Yeah, the whole of the Xenex team stepped this up. But at the moment, Exertus, very, very good from them in every single map we've seen. Looking very, very strong. As said, probably not going to cause too many problems at G3 for any of the top teams, but, you know,
I think you're selling them short. I'll be honest with you, I think you're selling them short. They have earned their way here.
Oh yeah, God, yeah. You know, they've earned their way, but I'd like to see what they're going to do against. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, all right. I will concede the fact that there is a difference between playing Xenex and playing someone like EG.
Yeah.
But
So
you cannot knock this achievement at all. They have basically made it look easy so far. 16-6 on the first side. They are 10 points up. Exertus look like they're ready to take this entire tournament and just walk away.
They could do very, very easily at the moment. Playing fantastically well, and they are 5 minutes away from getting into that grand final here today at the Gfinity Studio Qualifier for G3. Just in 3 weeks' time now, Brycey.
They certainly are. So jumping on board with, let's go on board with Sunset. I mean, he's the only one positive on Xenex at the moment. So let's see what he can do. 2 captures to his name as well, going straight down the middle. He's going to take up one. He's going to take down Rated. Does get instantly taken down by a teammate. Bounce though, now trying to make up for the little bit bad S&D round, pushing forward as well. He's 11-15. He has a teammate with him, but Jordan actually going to pick up that kill. They have managed to get a point back at the same time, but there's a 2-piece just gone down. A wave of kills. Now Sunstar trying to desperately keep this momentum up. They can come back into this one. They just need to keep the pressure going.
Yeah, that is exactly what they need to do. I think in the moment it is a precarious situation, but oh my God, Endurance just destroyed him straight off that head glitch there. I mean, when people are doing that, it's going to be very hard for you to come back in. A 10-point difference now with 4 minutes remaining. It's not looking great for Xenex at the moment, but they have to regain themselves after this one. I mean, presuming they're going to lose this map, they're going to go up against LP. They're going to say, right, we probably did a little bit better than LP did against them. Let's see what we can do. Try and get a win under our belts. Some confidence under our belts. Push through into that grand final, potentially against Exertus. Of course, they haven't necessarily won it yet. But
no, it's still, like I said, it's mathematically possible to come back into this game. But it's this, at this point, they're going, they need to kind of step it up. We need to see another gear here from Xenex to really get going here and just kind of stop the bleed here. I mean, they're just trading at the moment, and that's not what they want to do.
Well, they need to push out. They need to be more aggressive. Exertus is just holding them in there, though. I mean, fantastic play by them at the moment. But we'll have to.
I'm going to jump on board with Reedy. He's 24-13 with 3 captures. He's actually, oh no, I was going to say he's the lowest captures on his team. But he's kind of drawn that one up. He's rated. He's got 8 to his name. He's 12-12. You can see he's just been kind of running the objective over and over again.
Yeah, he's doing it very, very well. I mean, Rob's obviously famously did it.
Yes, against Aware, where Aware lost all notion of map and just let him run. I think it was like 10 times from the trot through.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. That was amazing to watch.
He's 20-13 at the moment as well with 5 captures. It's a great scoreboard here to kind of show off.
Well,
23-9 now.
While we are watching pretty much demolish the competition here, please keep your tweets coming in to us. Hashtag G3, hashtag Gfinity. @_turn is my Twitter. @BryceTacular if you wish to tweet us. Getting a couple of tweets in there. One from Marky B, actually. I don't think you're aware, Turn. Exertus are a mint team on this game.
Oh. Well, I think they're proving that one. Marky B, yes, they are. They are mint. He would put. I think he saw them a little bit short. I mean, they've proven here time and time again.
You know, I think they've proven here, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do when they're coming up against
the world
Optic,
stage,
when they're coming up against EG, when they're coming up against Epsilon. They look impressive now. They need to make sure they bring that, and they look impressive against those teams. I think
it was Robs that was saying actually these teams have only been together properly for 4 weeks.
So they're going to
get another couple of weeks to get their practice in.
Yeah.
If they win this. So
don't get me wrong. If they got the spot there, they deserve to be there. But they've come through. It's the last spot. Oh, I mean, obviously other teams have been invited. They've earned their way here, essentially. you know, I mean, Xenex coming in there getting some good kills on the board, but it is
game over.
now. It is.
Yeah,
obviously
it has
impossible.
been for a, for a little bit.
So we'll talk about. I mean, this is on the presumption that Exertus will go through.
Yeah.
2G.
There's still the rest of the tournament to go. We could see either of these teams come back from the loser bracket, which will be up next. It will be Lightning Pandas versus Xenex in the loser bracket. And the winner of that will go into the grand final to face once again against Exertus, who have just nailed their spot.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, do not get me wrong. They've looked very impressive today. But I need to be shown what they do on the big stage. This team, as I said, it is a new team. So it's going to be hard to say from their performances online how they're going to do with G3 against the best players and best teams in the world. I wish them luck because it's always nice to see somebody come through.
Oh, it is. It's certainly. I mean, it's a great thing to see that. Well, Exertus for a start are just making this look so good. I would love to get some of the well-known. I want to see it now. I want to see them play against people like TCM and Epsilon now with the way they are currently playing. How would that game go down?
But at the same time, they need to be consistent. I mean, yeah, they can turn up and play well here against Xenex, against like the Pandas, but they need to come up and play as well as this against Optic and EG and Epsilon. And oh my God, he's just been absolutely destroyed. What happened there? I mean, I think it was just the end.
Oh yeah, they're already packing up. They're done.
Yeah, they were packing up 20 seconds ago. I think he was playing with one hand. But there you go. That is going to be the game, and the match is going to go to Exertus. They are going to advance through
Another 3-0 sweep for them.
the winners bracket grand final. And they are going to be taking on the winner of the Xenex against LP, as we get a bit more of a shot of the team there.
Yep, going to shake hands, but there we go. That will be the final there. Really actually dropping a 30 bomb, 30 and 22. And we will see you. It's going to be time for the losers bracket final. It's going to be Lightning Pandas versus Xenex. Who's going to get that chance to take another swipe at Exertus? Join us after the break to find out.